This whole thing about the Sussexes trying to make peace with the royal family is actually very remarkable. When searching for news on Google, it is impossible to avoid reading about Thomas Markle's fervent desire to reconcile with his daughter and granddaughter, as well as to meet his son-in-law and be with his grandkids. It is obvious that the poor man is dreaming if he truly believes that this would take place. He will have a better chance of winning the $2 billion if he purchases a Powerball raffle ticket. If he does win, he will have a better chance of hearing from the Sussexes to congratulate him on his gains and share his good fortune with them. He will be more fortunate if he purchases a Powerball raffle ticket. According to the current circumstances, it appears that Thomas Markle is more of a nuisance to the Sussexes, comparable to a lover who has been abandoned and is no longer of any service to the person he loves. It is important for the poor man to show some dignity and declare, "I don't need them," and then on with his life, regardless of how difficult it may be. That is exactly what the royal family accomplished in reality. It would appear that the only way to exact revenge on a loved one who has rejected and condescendingly treated another person is to find happiness in one's life without the presence of this individual. There appears to be no other way, despite the fact that some people, such as the former butler Grant Harold, are willing to offer suggestions for a potential reconciliation between the royal family and the Sussexes. One of these suggestions would be for Harry to publicly apologize and express his sincerity, while stating that he regrets all of the wrongdoings that he has committed against his family. That sounds wonderful. Will it be successful? It could be that, but it could also be that it is possible that the relationship will be irreversibly damaged once trust has been completely lost. Back in the middle to late 1900s, the community and the family, which were held together by religion, were highly crucial to the survival of society as we understood it at the time in many different cultures. This was true in North America, Britain and the Commonwealth, and a great number of other countries. Now, there is a concern that the disruption of what we once considered to be essential to our survival may occur. What sent shockwaves throughout the entire world was the fact that the Sussexes were able to go public on a global stage in order to make fun of the royal family, who in all honesty did not deserve to be treated in such a manner. According to my way of thinking, what they were actually trying to accomplish was to create a rift in the concept of family, along with racial relations by their betrayal. This was the goal that they were trying to accomplish. When all else was considered, what else was Harry doing up there? Furthermore, to add insult to injury, there were books and interviews that were intended to convey their message to the audience. We are all aware that there is no such thing as a perfect family, but as the late Queen suggested, we ought to try to resolve our issues within the confines of our own residential space. Similarly, the majority of people did not agree with the viewpoint that was provided during the Oprah interview, nor did they tolerate the implications that it conveyed. It would appear that the late Queen was making use of her knowledge because it appears that the Sussexes are keeping their public relations team very busy in order to keep the public informed about how Harry truly misses his country and his home and how he now wants to make amends for the damage that he caused to his family. At least Harry wants to go back, and it is likely that Meghan does as well, even though she is not in a position to publicly announce such a wish, given the damage that was caused by both of the Sussexes and the apologies that Mrs. expected from the royals when both of them were in their swaggering stage. Therefore, it will be a challenging situation for them to go back to what they have destroyed, as a result of the fact that both the King and Catherine are currently undergoing treatment for cancer. The Sussexes waited for retrievals for an excessively long time. Additionally, there is a high probability that comparisons will be made between Meghan and Catherine, which will not be to Meghan's advantage in terms of the acceptability of the people of Great Britain, mainly due to the fact that Catherine was essentially an innocent bystander to the entire drama on the Sussex estate. She continued to fulfill her roles as a good mother, a good wife, and a good king or queen. William, on the other hand, has a lot on his plate because he has to divide his time and attention between the many different parts he plays. As for Charles, he has had enough of everything exciting. When it comes to this kind of crap, he needs some time off. To add insult to injury, the senior royals have far too much on their plates to waste time doing nothing about the Sussexes and their efforts to bring order back into the world. Who has a need to deal with that kind of stress? During the times when they could have been of the most assistance to the senior royals, namely during the sicknesses and burials, the Sussexes failed to deliver, let us face it, but they left And now it is too late for them to claim that they are ready to return. Whether it's just Harry or both of them, they can just call the shots and announce that they are ready to come back. In the event that Harry is experiencing true homesickness, what measures would Meghan take to prevent him from going back to his old haunts and his friends, as well as his desire to be with his family? That is, unless she is actively promoting this reunion. I would not put my faith in either her or his intentions. Furthermore, how does she plan to deal with the invisible? There is no question that this will be an issue. In addition, I have read on Google that the king is reportedly interested in traveling to Montecito in order to see the children of the Sussex family while he is still able to travel. That is something I really doubt. To what extent does the truth differ from fiction? Let us wait and see what happens in the future. And whether we like it or not, the future will come. And the events will bring themselves to us regardless of how we feel about it. Therefore, for the time being, I would suggest that Thomas Markle take it easy and make an effort to take pleasure in the rest of his life. To be honest, he is not lacking anything at all. On the other hand, I feel badly for Mr. Markle, but he should try to enjoy his life. A reunion with Meghan and Harry seems unlikely. I doubt King Charles will to California. He has responsibilities and is unwell. Similarly, I doubt Harry will be welcomed back other than for special occasions. Lastly, the comments that they've reached out to Wales are fishy. I doubt Harry has direct access to them other than leaving a message through the palace switchboard. Meghan Markle demonstrated a complete lack of respect for her father by not allowing her wealthy, famous royal fiancé to meet him. This is not only a personal insult, but also shows a lack of courtesy and gratitude towards the man who raised and cared for her since childhood. Regardless of any personal conflicts, refusing to let her father have the opportunity to meet and bless her marriage is a cold and heartless act. It reflects a disregard for traditional family values and a lack of respect for important relationships in life. Furthermore, this decision seems to have been made not for the true benefit of the family or any legitimate reason, but for selfish personal reasons and concerns about public image. Meghan appears to prioritize her personal interests and image above all, without regard for her father's feelings and dignity. This action has caused dissatisfaction and outrage among the public, not only among royal family supporters but also among those who believe in the value of family bonds. It diminishes the respect and affection the public has for her and raises many questions about Meghan's character and true motives in her personal relationships. Mr. Markle gave Meghan the best of everything he could afford, even using some of his lottery winnings to pay for her education. Meghan is ungrateful and didn't even introduce Harry to him before they married. Who does that if they have nothing to hide? Mr. Markle was left twisting in the wind, hounded by paparazzi, and still she did nothing to help him. He has been seriously ill for many years now, and she still chooses to ignore the man who gave her everything and favors the mother who ran off and left her. She is one nasty piece of work. But first, I believe that Harry must prioritize mending his relationship with his father and his grandparents first. He has caused significant hurt to them and the rest of the family, adding to their burdens and responsibilities. His actions have not only strained these essential relationships, but have also created a rift that has left the family with additional emotional and practical work to manage. Moreover, Harry needs to understand that Meghan is just one of the important adults in his life. Family life. Everyone's family life is about more than just the immediate nuclear family. Extended family members play crucial roles in enriching the lives of children, helping them understand different kinds of love, their personal histories, and their place in the world. These relationships provide a broader sense of belonging and identity that is vital for the emotional and psychological development of children. It's evident that Meghan doesn't fully grasp the significance of these extended family bonds. Her apparent lack of appreciation for the importance of broader family connections can have long-term negative effects on their children. Harry must take it upon himself to teach Meghan the value of these relationships, or risk their children suffering from a limited understanding of family and their heritage. Harry must also repair relationships with Meghan's family, particularly with her father, Mr. Markle, and his side of the family. These efforts are crucial not only for their own family harmony, but also to set an example for their children about the importance of family unity and reconciliation. Only after Harry has taken meaningful steps to mend these essential family bonds can he hope to begin repairing his relationship with his brother. The fractured relationship with Prince William is a symptom of the broader disintegration within the family. and healing must start from the foundation. Rebuilding trust and restoring these connections will require time, effort, and a genuine commitment to understanding and reconciliation. Without addressing these foundational issues, any attempt to fix his relationship with William will be superficial and unlikely to succeed in the long term. In reality, it is a short but tragic and betraying story. Meghan got engaged and married to a prince, someone at the pinnacle of fame and power. But the sad truth is that, as soon as she stepped into the royal family, she decided that her father and the rest of her family, except for her mother, were now beneath her and no longer held any value in her eyes. This is how she treated the father who sacrificed so much to give her every opportunity in life, who cared for, nurtured, and loved her from a young age. She chose the path of fame and power, but lost the core values of family and gratitude. This action reflects not only her selfishness and ingratitude, but also disappoints and angers many. A father who dedicated his life to protecting and supporting his daughter was treated like a stranger, deemed worthless in her new life. To many, Meghan has become a symbol of moral failure. She betrayed her loved ones, those who stood by her during tough times. No one can deny that she has achieved much success and fame, but the price she paid was the loss of family affection and public respect. Meghan's story is a reminder of the importance of gratitude and family bonds. No matter how much success one achieves or how high a position one holds, family love remains the most important thing. And Meghan, with all she has done, has shown that she is not just a failed daughter, but a person who has lost the most precious values in life. After meeting Harry, Meghan not only abandoned her biological father, but also dragged Harry down the path of betraying the family and abandoning core family values. This is not only extremely selfish, but also shows a sinister and carefully calculated plan to manipulate Harry's life and relationships. Meghan abandoned her father, who sacrificed a lot so she could have a good life, not only for fame and fortune, but also for personal ambition. This abandonment was not only an emotional betrayal, but also an affront to the family values she had been raised with. Not stopping there, Meghan also incited Harry to alienate and create conflicts with her own family. She sowed doubts and conflicts, causing Harry to abandon his father, grandparents, and brothers. These actions not only deeply hurt Harry's loved ones, but also worsened the royal family's image in the public eye. Meghan's ingenuity in portraying herself as a victim, when in fact she was manipulating and controlling everything, is astonishing. She took advantage of every opportunity to take advantage of the royal family's reputation and power for personal gain, regardless of the consequences and hurt her actions caused. Meghan turned Harry from a respected and beloved person into a tool in her hands, to serve her ambitious and selfish personal purposes. She turned his life into a series of contradictions and conflicts, and caused wounds that were difficult to heal in his family. Meghan's actions are not only a lack of respect and gratitude towards her family, but also a condemnable betrayal. She used and manipulated the person she loved most, just to achieve her personal goals. What Meghan did not only hurt the royal family, but also left a stain in the hearts of those who loved and supported her. Her behavior is a clear demonstration of selfishness and insatiable ambition, and has caused serious and irreparable consequences within the royal family. After all, Meghan Markle will never be accepted by the royal family again because she has repeatedly lied about her time with them. Her baseless accusations and distortions of the truth have deeply hurt the royal family and tarnished their image in the public eye. She has taken every opportunity to criticize and belittle her in-laws, turning personal stories into tools for garnering attention and personal gain. Upon returning to the United States, Meghan not only continued to criticize the royal family, but also repeatedly used media platforms to broadcast biased and even false stories about them. She has publicly badmouthed the family on television shows, in interviews, and on social media platforms, making them targets of harsh public criticism. She hopes that these actions will be forgiven and forgotten, but in reality, they only escalate tensions and conflicts. Meghan has not only damaged family relationships, but also exploited these attacks to build her image as a victim in the public's eyes. She has painted a picture of herself as someone oppressed and unfairly treated by the royal family, while in reality, she was welcomed and fully supported by them. Meghan's dissatisfaction and ambition have led her to destroy any relationship that serves her personal goals. Meghan has repeatedly demanded forgiveness and for her despicable actions to be forgotten. Yet she shows no sign of remorse or desire to mend the damaged relationships. Instead, she continues to exploit these conflicts to maintain public attention and create an image of herself as a victim. She has turned everything into a media battle where truth and loyalty are sacrificed for personal gain. Another critical aspect is how Meghan has exploited public sympathy and support to create a personal media empire. She has turned family stories into commercial products, from books and podcasts to television projects, all aimed at making money and enhancing her personal fame. This greed and selfishness have caused disgust and outrage among many, diminishing the credibility and respect the public once had for her. Ultimately, Meghan's actions are not only a betrayal of the royal family, but also a betrayal of the core values of loyalty and family love. She has made herself a symbol of selfishness and boundless ambition, and her actions have caused serious and irreparable consequences. The royal family and the public will find it hard to forgive and forget what she has done because the wounds she has inflicted will last forever. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video, and I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.